What is distributism? This is a concept that a lot of erudite Catholics seem to espouse. G.K. Chesterton and Joseph Pierce, to name a few.
It's the belief you should distribute stuff. No, I'm sorry, I could know that one. No, but it is the belief that the means of production, i.e. land and industry and all that, should be as widely distributed as possible. In other words, as opposed to major monopolies and different businesses and huge land holdings, you should have a lot of small farmers, small artisans, small this and that.
And these should be actually owned, not in a communist state.
No. Okay. Owned outright by whomever owns it.
Yeah.
And that basically, we should all live close to the means of our making a living. It would mean, for instance, that as a writer, I'd own my own computer. Oh. Okay. Well, anyway. But no, and that as many people as possible should do a bit of farming or gardening, if nothing else.
Interesting. Okay, so distributists are very much against giant companies.
Oh yeah. They're against giant monopolies. They're against huge business, government business combines.
Oh yeah.
All that sort of thing. Very much against it. It's in keeping with Catholic social teaching, certainly to a huge extent. What has always been the problem in distributism is granting would be a wonderful thing to have. How do we get from here to there?
Yeah.
Because the problem is that a government that was strong enough to do this would be very unlikely to want to give up its strength. Because it'd also be for subsidiarity.
Yeah.
They're very strongly for subsidiarity. Small is beautiful. The most done at the lowest level, all that kind of thing. To get from a government that was capable of breaking up the monster businesses to a government that was simply that.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's been the problem that distributists have wrestled with for many years.
What is there an ethical reason, for believing that, it should be, the means of production should be on a very wide level? What?
Well, sure, because the making of one's own living by one's own hand is a very moral, not to say a very medieval thing. And this, by the way, this does not contradict what I said in our last episode about class structure.
Oh, yeah.
Because the distributists would look to the Middle Ages and say, well, there you had a very definite class structure, but you didn't have the concentration of power that we have. Because with the wide distribution of economic force is also the wide distribution of political force. So, if you have, there's a difference between a plot of land that's made up of a bunch of little farms run by independent farmers, and say the lord of the manor, who happens to have the area where everybody wants to graze, and the mill where they want to grind their corn and that kind of stuff. There's a huge difference between that and a plantation.
Yeah.
There's a totally different dynamic. There's a lord of the manor, as it were, in both places, but oh, how different.
Yeah, I see.